All right, welcome back. Maven here, joined by Arel. We're getting ready to kick off our third series of the night here on the Challenger stage. We are going to have Epsilon going up against Strictly Business. We've got a bit of a ragtag group here for Epsilon. Tell me about this squad.
Oh yeah, and it's a really interesting group actually.
The global
Group A,
squad.
But Epsilon in particular is one that I know a lot of people are keen to watch.
Yeah.
Simply because it's got two of the best European players and two of the best American players teaming up. You know, we've got
TR came out of, well, I don't want to say nowhere. I mean, they had this rise where they started to really show up from regionals on, but that third place finish, man, so impressive. I can't wait to watch this team.
Well, here we go. Let's see what kind of damage they can do. So we're going to start off now watching Facento, as you say. Revenge so strong at the Call of Duty World Championships, teaming up with two of the best European players in Swanee and Madcat. And Facento having a tough time picking up kill. He does manage to actually clean things up with his teammates. Swanee and Madcat providing some great support, and this is a really strong start from Epsilon.
Yeah, they've got this lockdown. Swanee starting out 3-0. I think Facento got about 18 assists there to start things off with all of his nades and bullets flying in. No kills was he able to get, but able to, again, put up a lot of stuff for his squad. So he was just trying to jump out the window, gets caught.
Yeah, just kind of shooting at thin air there, just wanting to pick up a kill out of somewhere. Still with Epsilon, though, and as we say, just this strange merge of players, you know, such strong talent, but it's how well they gel together. We've got two sort of duos going into this. We've got Madcat and Swanee, Facento and Remy. They've teamed together before, but how well they work together after very little practice is yet to be seen. So, you know, they are going up against Strictly Business, though, so a very strong team within their own right.
Yeah, this is one that I wanted to actually pick kind of. The only reason I didn't pick them as my dark horse is because I guess just the Epsilon name. You kind of expect them to do well. But, like, they kind of are a dark horse. The fact that this team is formed together to very little to no practice just to see how they do is Twiz gets a little excited, gets a team kill, but they do get a couple down there for Epsilon as well. And they're starting to mount back in this. It was basically like a 30-0 lead to start things off for Epsilon. But here we see Strictly Business starting to mount some points.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, things have been completely turned on the head here. Epsilon really started out strong, but Strictly Business right back into this with the Eskies hardpoint. We can see John doing some absolute work, been alive for quite a long time there. Finally does get shut down there by Remy, who is going to be taking control of that hill now. We're seeing Epsilon extend that lead even further.
All right, we got just over 8 on the clock. Got a rotation coming here in 10 seconds. You already see Fizzerp and crew start to rotate over to blue. They got one outside. Nice shots there by Fizzerp, able to take that down. Magcat picks up a kill as well, but it is going to be blue control here for Strictly Business. I think his teammate died right inside the window, though. He's got some help coming.
Yeah, and this is a really difficult game to actually predict who's going to come out on top. I mean, we've talked about the fact that Optic Gaming, arguably, I think a lot of people would agree, are the strongest team in Group A. Gamers 2 probably going to struggle. I know that game's going on the main stage right now, but this is the other teams going on here, and it's just difficult to predict who's going to come possibly second out of this.
Yeah, you know, I said Group D was my death group, per se, but this is going to be tough as well here with Optic, Epsilon, and also Strictly Business. It's just the reason I didn't pick this as the hardest group is because I don't really know exactly what to expect here out of these two teams. I mean, Optic, you kind of know what you're going to get. Gamers 2, we think they're going to struggle in this pool, but these two teams, I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, there's, you know, this is a massive tournament. Let's just bring that up because we've got to have the best teams in the world competing here. 16 of the best teams globally fighting for their right to take the first Gfinity Call of Duty Spring Masters. $25,000 on the line and plenty of pro points to go along with that.
All right, well, here see Madcat drop about a 22-point lead right now. You see Remy able to pick one up as the dash comes across, trying to rotate here to top green. He gets an assist there, and they do have this lockdown. So some more points coming in right now for Epsilon as they're pushing out here, trying to get people as far away from this hill as they can. He should catch one there, able to pick up yet another. They've got blue side as well, but no one really watching orange, just the player inside the hill. He needs help, able to get one. Sees them all coming out of Eskies, able to get two. One player went up top, his teammate grabbed that as well, and they've got control.
There we go, some great plays from them. And just to clarify, I do apologize, sorry, it's $20,000 on the line and 25,000 pro points. That's up for grabs at the first of quite a few big tournaments coming up here for Gfinity. Still with Remy, though, now on top green, picking up 2 kills there, trying to make it the third. Isn't going to be able to pick up the kill, but his teammate has done so. This still remains in control now of Epsilon.
Yeah, he's on an 8 streak. I feel like all 8 have been in like a small with 20-foot radius here in and around this green hill where he has just been shutting it down. We'll stay on with him as he is the man on fire right now, gets another one, going to go up and about here, sees one to his right, teammate cleans that up, he had another one pushing into the left, can't find him, but coming up Snow, timing there, not on his side, but he started out 20 and 10, and Remy is a guy, man, we've seen him have games where he goes like 40 and 40 with 20 captures, just drops these absolutely absurd numbers because he will play so aggressive, so much emphasis on getting into these hard points.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was the standout player for me for Team Revenge at Call of Duty World Championships. Really big slayer, and you can see that just now, 21 to 10. He was previously on a 9-kill streak there as well, so doing absolute work for Epsilon. On the flip side here, let's see what's going on now for Strictly Business. They are trailing by quite a significant margin here on this hard point. A lot of work to do. Fizzip trying to do what he can. Sweeps around the back with John, and they do regain control of this square hard point, but there is only 15 seconds left on that clock.
And yeah, they're not going to be able to get too much time here. Soak up a bit before we have the second rotations of Hills coming. But right now they're being doubled up. Epsilon firmly in control. We see Swanee with the bound here. Gets one, makes it two. You're not going to compete with the steady shot of Swanee at that range. Is going to fall, though, as soon as he pushes two circle. As, again, we're starting our second rotation here.
Well, Strictly Business do have the upper hand here. They all flood into this circle hardpoint a lot faster than Epsilon did. And they seem to have locked it down. I mean, we can see Epsilon trying to come in at a few various angles. Mainly this ice tunnel. And it is Vicento who's going to be picking up that kill against John. Sinful's going to go and support, and there's the big two-piece that's allowed this to going to stay in the control of Strictly Business.
Sinful, he needed that. He was, I think, 7 and 18 or something like that at one point. Now on a 4 streak.
Yeah.
He really needed this. Make it 5. Yeah, and that's huge for them because he was really lagging behind the slaying department, as you saw, completely taken over slaying-wise by Epsilon. But look at the lead. It's dipped a bit. It was about 70 points or so. They've got within 50 now.
Oh.
Let's see if they can keep it coming. But just like that, I think it was 4 down there for the side of SB in a matter of 5 seconds.
Yeah, and a big 3-piece there by Remy, doing absolute work once again for Epsilon. Such a strong player, and is showing that so much in this hardpoint game now. Twiz getting a little bit touchy on the trigger there. Does empty a few bullets into his own teammates and will fall in square.
All right, we're back on with Sen. Switch it over to Fizzip here as he's going to drop pretty much immediately from that turret window. Vicento, everyone really just dropping right now. No one able to get anything rolling. We've seen some big streaks out of Remy and Sinful throughout this one. We are with Remy now as he's playing a bit of defense. The lead jump back out to 70 or so points. He gets one. Second player is going to be coming up through snow in just a second here. Let's see if the timing works for him. Tries to whip on that player, third story, but he is going to drop.
Yep, and much like we've seen from some of the other games so far here today, these hardpoint games have been very, very one-sided. I mean, every single series has ended 3-0, apart from that one just then between Aware and TK. Did go in Aware's favour 3-2, a very narrow victory for them. It's going to be interesting to see if we see something similar here. On Bud now with Sinful, who's trying to just find his way back to this Eskers area to get some points.
And can he win this gunfight? Yes, he will take that. That was one he had to capture. And there was another player, though, unfortunately outside in snow that is going to clean him up. But let's take a look here real quick as the lead jumps out to 80. We've got under 3 to play, these final 3 hills. Look at who's getting the slaying done right now. It's still Remy going off right now. And the rest of the team all around even or a bit positive, just getting it done. It's really a good team effort here right now.
Oh, and that's really unfortunate for Strictly Business. They were all in that hardpoint area, but every single one got shut down in quick succession there. Epsilon just dominated it, and they found themselves securing points. That was a really good opportunity for Strictly Business to get back into this game, but Epsilon just proving too much for them.
All right, we'll have Swanee here. Gets eyes on one Saul, second player as well. There's one inside of blue. He's got everything in front of him. Needs a little bit of support from his teammates. You saw another player coming to his left. That's Vicento. He was able to get one. They're pushing in now. Make it 2-0. I'm sorry, actually, Mad Cat answered back and killed Vicento.
There we go. Swanee managing to clean up everything on the outside as well. And this is great support from Swanee. He's just preventing them even getting close to this hardpoint. Tries to make it the 3-piece, unable to do so. But Madcat and Vicento still both in this hardpoint area. Only 5 seconds left on the clock. So even if Strictly Business were to break it now, it's not going to mean all that much. They need to be focusing on that rotation. But it looks like Epsilon have got the upper hand on that now.
Yeah, and he's able to get one there with the barrels. I mean, this is going to be just impossible to catch up in here. Mathematically impossible, just a matter of seconds here. As Swanee gets another one, he's really turned it into a second gear here over the last minute or so, just absolutely destroying the side of Strictly Business.
Yep, and he's doing a great job of it. Swanee's not particularly one to actually get into those hardpoint areas, but he plays his role so well. If you just see him now, he's kind of sat back, just providing this scope for his team. Great support in fire, great cover, and it is going to lead them to this victory.
3 are finally going to push. They'll be able to get some time here, but this one is over. So far, I mean, this is my first time watching this particular Epsilon side, and they are looking so strong so far. You know, it's difficult for teams to, if you haven't got a lot of practice in, it can be a lot, really hard to mesh. But so far, it seems like they're all filling their roles very nicely.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of concern as well for Epsilon and the people behind the organization because they didn't know how well this would work. We've got, as we say, two of the best American players at the moment, two of the best European or English players at the moment, teaming up with each other. On paper, it looks brilliant. It looks like
Remy's numbers.
It looks like they could take this, and they're kind of proven that they can work together even after a little practice and take down some of the best American players.
Remy, 40, 22, 8 caps, 8 defends. He's one death away from what I call it all white. Basically led the way in everything. Most kills could have been least S, most caps, most defends, best ratio. Did everything throughout that one. Incredible stuff from Remy. We saw him do that with the TR squad. Looks like he can do it with anybody.
Yep, and he's just slotted himself into this team so well. And I feel that each player in Epsilon at the moment just have these designated roles. I mean, as we said, we saw Swanee providing that supporting fire so well when he was looking over those hardpoint areas. Remy's been doing the slaying. It's actually been Madcat, particularly for Sento, who's been getting involved with the captures. That said, though, Remy does have 8 captures under his belt, but it doesn't really quite show how long each individual player was spending on those hardpoint areas.
Well, looking forward to the S&D. We just had, well, granted, I want to say this is kind of a European versus America matchup, but not really with the Epsilon team. It's kind of mix and match right
hybrid.
now. But we saw in the last series, Aware got dominated in the game 1 by TK on a Biolab hardpoint, but then came back and pretty much smacked them in the S&D game too. So we'll see if we get that. We'll see if SB is able to bounce back. They do have Fizzard, the Wizard. He's put more time into S&D than anyone outside of Killa, so we'll see what they're able to come up with.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good looking at Facento as well. One thing I remember from Facento is, I believe it was against BZ, don't quote me on that, but at the Call of Duty World Championships, he turned to me and Duffman as we were casting over a game, and he said, watch me. They were 5-0 up. He said, watch me in this round. He got an ace with the sniper rifle, pretty much a 4-piece as well along the way.
He does not lack confidence.
Yeah.
The only thing he lacks is the ability to do interviews. I've interviewed him twice, and it's like one-word answers every time. I just want to uppercut him.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if his gameplay speaks for itself, I suppose. But yeah, it's going to be good watching him for Epsilon in this search and destroy. Any particular player apart from Fizzip on Strictly Business to keep an eye out for?
John.
Hung
out with John a bit last night. He's been kind of in and out of the scene just a bit. He took a little break throughout Ghost, came back strong. He just turned 18, I believe, so very, very young, talented player. I expect him to have big numbers here. Yeah,
I mean, John, he just seems to be one of these players that you can immediately slot into any team as well. You can team him with anyone, and he'll play as good as he does anywhere.
Yeah.
So I think John is going to be definitely one to keep an eye out for. We are going to be starting the Search and Destroy up on Detroit as well. A map on Search and Destroy. Personally, one of my favorite ones. I think it's a really fast-paced Search and Destroy map.
Is.
So it's going to be great to see that and see how these handful of players actually perform in it as well. Not seen too much of Twiz so far, I've got to say, in that hard point.
Not a lot.
No.
I'd have to take a look at what his actual numbers were.
Yeah.
Twiz, 28 and 36, struggled a bit. Him and Sen statistically did about, pretty much the same throughout the course of that one. So both of them just need to step it up a bit. Again, this SB team, there's so many teams that you say, I guess, quote-unquote, kind of newly formed. After the Whirlwind, after Champs, so many teams mix match, players going absolutely everywhere. This is another team that's starting to come together.
Well, this is it. It's roster mania. It always tends to happen. If you don't win a championship, then you kind of start assuming something's wrong with the team and want to team with other people. And it does happen quite frequently in the scene. But as a result of it, we get these phenomenal teams that come off the back of it that can really prove the worth. Denial being one since forming, they've just been so dominant. The closest rivals have been Optic Gaming, and it's something that we actually mentioned before. You're regularly going to see those guys in the top 2 position.
Pretty much, throughout the course of AW, that's been the case. Outside of the what was it? I guess the Columbus Open where FaZe took it. It's been all those 2 teams at the top. No one's really been able to hang for the most part. TK has given some tough series to them, but it's really just been those 2. That's what's exciting about this one. We have teams from Australia, teams from Europe, teams from the States. Really a big variety here that you won't see. Like some of my favorite events, obviously, are going to be those MLG season finals, because that's where you have so many of these top teams going up against each other. But here, much more of I guess you say, the global awareness here for the squads. It's going to be fun to watch them all match up.
Yep, and a lot of these teams have something to prove as well. This is really where they can solidify their place on an international level as well. It is an international competition after all. The Gfinity Call of Duty Spring Masters. It's going to be Detroit Search and Destroy the next map. So a very convincing victory there for Epsilon.
I'm going Epsilon 6-2.
6-2, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Epsilon 6-5.
Oh, a tight one here.
I think it's going to be close.
I don't know why I'm counting out Fizzard, because he always goes big in S&Ds. But I said the same thing for Parasite in the last series, and he let me down.
Yeah, but I think this is the drawing factor for me. You know, I think Epsilon are the stronger team. I think they're going to take the series 3-0, maybe 3-1. But if there's any chance of Strictly Business getting back into this, it's going to be through a search and destroy. So I think it's going to be close. I think Epsilon might just edge it, though. But we'll get straight into the game and see what's going on for the Epsilon team.
All right, and we're kicking things off with Mad Cat, as he is going to be inside a garage checking window. Looks like we are going to have a B push, but look at the stack in and around B. One player kind of outside steps, two in and around the bomb plant. This is going to be so tough to take.
There we go. Well, they have made this push towards B, and Strictly Business well aware of it. We can see two players in there, one just holding back. Who's this just in at the back vehicle? It's going to be Sinful, providing some scope for his team. They have just left Twiz all on his own at A, just in case there is a push. And who is this sneaking around? Well, it's going to be Mad Cat. And he does actually manage to connect, does manage to pick up the kill. Sorry, I do apologize, it was Facento there. Facento left all on his own.
Facento.
Wow.
You talked about his sniper ace, putting on a show here. The hit marker able to clean it up, and then a bit of a whip on that player there as he does get 2 kills. But he is in a 1 versus 2. This would be for an ace.
He's so deadly with that sniper rifle, Facento. I thought he was going to spot someone there in school. Isn't going to be able to make it. 25 seconds left on the clock, so he needs to make the move. I'm pretty sure the SB know that the bomb is down, and they're just going to run that time down.
And yeah, they heard him coming. Peeked window, and he's going to drop immediately. I think, you know, that 1v2 would be a spot I'd be, I guess, comfortable with him in. I think he'd be able to clutch that, but with only, 25 seconds to work with, you can't play it smart. You got to fly.
Yeah, and it was just such a good sniper shot. Very, very deadly, as we say, with that. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot more sniper play from Facento as this game pans out. But we want to see the attacking team once again. Now, we've spoke about the fact that Fizzip is so strong when it comes to search and destroy. John also one that we're going to be watching out for. But we'll stay on board with Fizzip, who is going to be that bomb carrier.
All right, you can see Remy will be his opposition as soon as he gets up by this bomb site. He is by himself today. Who's flanking down mid-street? A couple players started pushing down immediately.
Smoke grenades have gone down.
Remy got that first kill.
Yeah, Remy's going to be able to pick up the first kill. Gets Epsilon in a great position on this defense. Let's get on board with the attackers once more and see what John can do about this.
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, it looked like 2 or 3 of them kind of pushed out mid-street. As soon as they didn't think a B push was coming, they started to get really, really aggressive. But now they've kind of sunk back to those more familiar spots here, and it's going to be a 4-3 advantage right now for Epsilon.
Well, John here just sitting middle cube, waiting in Atlas. And the gunfights are ensuing elsewhere, so I want to see what Twiz is going to be able to do. I mean, he's the closest person to the enemy's proximity. He's slowly just edging his way around this A-bomb. I mean, that bomb is right on the bomb is right on the A-bomb site, so he's going to have to do something fast. It does get shut down, and both of Strictly Business do go down. Epsilon bring around back, and it ties up 1-1.
I really hope he did not just get sniped by the guy he jumped over the head of. Oh, he did.
Oh
God,
wow.
He did. Facento, you are absolutely filthy. That was disgusting. He gets the player in front. I saw him jumping and sniping, so I thought it might have been him that hit it. He has hit a couple ridiculous snipes here so far in game number 2.
I mean, even in that kill cam there, we just about saw the first kill he made as well. It was a very accurate, precise shot as well. So we want to watch Facento. We want to see what he can do, see if he's actually able to produce a kill on here. Well, he went for it. Not many people actually go for that challenge simply because it's too difficult to hit, but it does just provide some recon for the team.
Yeah, I've seen people hit it a couple times, and it's hit markers, the ones that I've seen. It is such a tough snipe to hit. We'll see him slowly moving up the front of the street. You say everyone else kind of went to back garage.
Yeah, just while Facento is hanging back, we'll get on board with the action here. It's Remy who's actually thrown himself into the crossfire of John. John does manage to shut him down, but he's answered straight back by Mad Cat, and it's a team kill from Swanee. Bad news for Epsilon.
Yeah, that's the most frustrating thing ever. Mad Cat gets a big kill, and unfortunately eats the nade from his teammate and longtime duo there in Swanee. But let's see what they can do. Facento and Swanee, you've seen so many clutch snipes already. Let's see if he can pick off yet another player.
Well, Swanee could quite easily just go for the plant here. I mean, every single SB player is around the A-bomb site. I mean, a flank around the back now pushing through garage. But I think Swanee was thinking to himself, it's way too quiet. It can't be this easy. So he's cautiously gone searching for kills.
And I can't believe, I thought one of those players mid-street would see them rotating and get a shot in the back, but nothing comes. Can they get the bomb down here? They've got a little bit of time to work with if he tries to get it down.
Well, Facento is going to have to support him. Bomb is being planted, and he should be able to get that down just in time. And Swanee's put it in quite a dangerous position there, quite easy to defend, hard to plant, and they've just got to sit tight and run this time down now.
And he saw the one jump across. Will he get pushed, though? He hits that sniper. He's on himself. How is that a hit marker?
That is ridiculous. I mean, he's so unfortunate.
You got to give him that.
Kill. So unfortunate.
Oh, God.
Right.
Look, hey, I know what we see is a little bit different than the live action through the broadcaster mode, but that shot was in his chest. That would have been disgusting.
It definitely connected at very close range, and Facento's got to be frustrated at that. He knows that he could have made that kill, but it just didn't go his way, unfortunately, which does mean that Strictly Business now take the lead once again, 2 rounds to 1, but a very close round once again. There we go. Let's see what's going on with Twiz. As I say, don't want to criticize him too much. An incredibly talented player, but had a little bit of a rough hard point. Needs to step things up now in this search and destroy.
And we'll see. Oh God, he would have had a pretty. No, never mind. That player to his left is staring right at this door. I thought he had an opportunity to flank, but look how aggressive the defense has gotten here. Remy's going to get one. They don't expect him to be in any of these spots, and the timing is going to work out for Twiz. He gets one, but he's got to get out of here. There's players everywhere. As soon as he tries to peek, I think he's going to get caught. He did see that player. He should be able to get a second one. Able to win that gunfight. He is going to take out Swanee. It is going to be a 2 versus 2. You said he needed Twiz to step up. This is his chance to shine, as Remy's going to be last alive. It's a 1v1. This is Twiz's opportunity.
Remy did find Fizzup and Twiz. Could he get 3 kills in this single round of Search and Destroy? They are so distant from each other. That bomb is in nobody's possession either, which is going to work in favor of the defending side.
Yeah, and Remy knew where he was, so he just got out, tried to reposition, get in a spot where he can get eyes on the bomb, and he's just playing wisely right now.
Well, Twiz is going to have to make a move for that sooner or later. He is hunting that kill down, but I don't think he's going to find it. He's running the complete wrong way. You know, he's going to have to double back on himself for that bomb. Or is he making that very gutsy move and actually chasing the kill? It's quite interesting. I mean, usually when the time's running down in situations like this, you'll always see the player go for the bomb plant in the last 5 seconds, but he is going to get shut down. Just left it a bit too late there, I'm afraid. So 2-2 now the scoreline.
Yeah, and both of them had 2 kills in the round, Twiz and Remy. Remy going to get the better of it, so he's on a 3 streak right now, and he is at 5-2. Facento at 6-3. They have 11 of their team's 12 kills. They are completely carrying the load. The quote-unquote Epsilon side of the Epsilon team, not putting up any numbers right now in the S&D.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, it's completely Remy and Facento dominated. We'll see a bit of Swanee, though, with 0 kills, see if he can change things up a little bit here. It's just so bizarre, actually, seeing this Epsilon lineup like this. I mean, in the European scene, the Epsilon lineup's been the same for so long, and you know, to actually break that off and have 2 American players playing on the side, it just seems so wrong, but it's so right at the same time.
And what's the best finish they've had, Epsilon, with the top American teams there? I know the best finish, for a European team was TCM at Anaheim last year, right, when they got 3rd or 4th. I'm trying to think of what – I know Epsilon wins everything over here for the most part, and I don't know when we include the top American teams what their best finish is. It'd just be wild if this is the one that makes a run. Like, this is the event they take.
Yeah, I mean, internationally, they've not had that much success. It's the sad story of European teams in general. And
well, no, Epsilon got remember, they got 2nd to Envy at G3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Looking at the grand perspective, though, I suppose, at least at recent events, you know, World Championships was a disappointing event for them.
Yeah.
Couldn't punch the way through to
I was just trying to think of a recent finish with a lot of American teams where they were at the top, and that's the nearest one I can think of would be G3 last year.
Yeah. So, and you know, you're absolutely right. That probably is the most recent, but where they've performed well, which is quite bad when you think about it. But here we go, Mike. I'm trying to reach in.
Quite bad.
I'm thinking of ways to defend them, but you are right. American teams are better, Maven.
When we cast together, I like to just solidify that point at least 5 separate times throughout the course of the game. That's whether it's a 3-0 or a 3-2. I'm just going to remind you.
I've even tried arguing the Australian team might stand a chance, but even then,
it's true.
Yeah.
But right now, it is going to be 3-2 advantage here for SB. We'll see if they can keep this going. You know, we talked about, well, really, the president Fizzup had 2 kills in the opening rounds too, so he's gone 1-4 throughout the last 4 rounds. Yeah,
and you know, these rounds are just being traded off one by one. We're literally seeing SB take 1 round, Epsilon then tie it up, SB take another, Epsilon tie it up, and if it carries on this way, it's going to be a 6-5 victory to SB. So Epsilon just need to be cautious of that. First blood does go to Sinful, and advantage goes in favor of Strictly Business.
All right, so they are going to have, well, that switched in a hurry as the grenade from Mad Cat, the sub-kill. Oh, he saw him just for a second there. Is he going to keep repeating that? You know Facento's got a sniper over there as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, if there's one person you don't have a sniper war with, it is going to be Facento, so Sinful does decide to back off from that. They are at a number disadvantage here.
Did he see that player? He did. Can he hit the snipe? No, he will get caught there by Mad Cat. Going to be Twiz, last alive. He sees another player, but he is going to fall. Twiz, that's the second time we've seen him stuck in a 1v1, 1v2. He is going to be dropped there, so 3 versus 3 is going to be your scoreline.
Yep, there we go, and things tied up once again. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the defending side has won every single round so far. Pretty sure that's been the case, so not a single attack victory for either of these teams. So who's going to be able to break that? That's what's really going to determine the victory of this game.
Twiz is going to have nightmares about that particular engagement right there. Both times with Remy, both times just gets destroyed.
Well, we'll see Mad Cat, so we've casted over all of the other players so far on Epsilon. Let's see what Mad Cat's going to open up and do here. So it seems to be this familiar B push for Epsilon, seems to be the more favourable, comfortable route for them, despite the fact Remy's really holding back with that bomb.
I thought that grenade hit the player in the face, but he is not going to get a hit marker, so he's going to get caught there. And he thought he was safe. You know, he threw that nade right through. I think he thought it was checked, but no hit marker for him, and he is going to get dropped. So Remy, though, going to answer. He's on a 3 streak right now, 8-3. He is crushing it right now.
He's not doing bad at all, so he's just vaulting up and down here, trying to scope somebody out. Isn't able to get any sort of recon there. Still 3 versus 3, all to play for in this round, and it's a really pivotal moment in this search and destroy as well. This could essentially determine the victor of it, and see if Epsilon are finally able to get a lead.
And he's going to try and get bombed now. Will he get caught, though? That player dashed across. I'm not sure if he's aware it's going down. It's still a 3 versus 3. Has been for quite some time. He saw a player mid-street as soon as he went out. Nice shots there from Remy. If that guy wasn't tagged up, that was just absolutely phenomenal. They have the advantage. It's going to be Twiz and Fizzerp left.
Right, well, they're both in the vicinity to go for this defuse. And I was thinking for a second there we're actually going to see a very sneaky, quick defuse from Fizzerp. He does get shut down, though, which does mean Twiz is all on his own. Manages to clean up one. Just got to find Remy.
It's Remy again. No, it's his worst nightmare. Remy's won the 3 1v1s. Well, not 1v1s exactly, but 1v1 gunfights against him recently. Will he take another? Look at Remy, just hopping around, wasting time. He saw him jump across, but time is on his side. He gets in. Will he dip back out? He's just making him chase. He's completely toying with him, and now he doesn't have time. That was hilarious and very well done from Remy. He is absolutely Twiz's worst nightmare right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Remy must be the most annoying player to play against in situations like that. He literally wasn't even trying to get
No, he was like a little grasshopper just hopping around throughout everywhere around school. As Twiz would just get, like, he'd see a leg fly by, then a shoulder, and not able to shoot at anything.
And, you know, the thing was he could have kind of challenged it, but he did the wise thing there. All he had to do was run a time down. He's playing for the win. And
he went for the punch there at the end, too, just to, like, add to the misery.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But that is it. So Epsilon finally have this lead in the search and destroy. They finally have a foothold in this, because so far it's just been Strictly Business edging it. Strictly Business need to answer back now.
And Twiz able to get it, but it'll be traded pretty much immediately by Facento. And again, it's still been Facento and Remy just carrying the load right now in the slaying department through the game to S&D. John, bad time. I think he's going to get caught. He will get picked off. He's about to get pinched anyway. It's going to be Sin and Fizzerp left here in this 2v3.
Sinful still wielding that sniper rifle. Let's see what's going on with Fizzerp, who is the bomb carrier. Both making the way towards that B-bomb site once again, and it's open. He's got the opportunity to go for the plan. It's probably going to go unchallenged here. I don't think Facento has any idea that this is going down, but immediately, if you just watch this map, you can see them spin around, and now the big push comes on B. They do have the number advantage, Epsilon, and Fizzerp is going to get shut down.
He's not missing with the snipe, man.
Oh, it's all down to Sinful now for Strictly Business.
Like, we should just leave it on Facento.
As
he's just sniping everything. I mean, every time someone sees him, there's one. Can he get the second? That's huge. He can't dip out, though.
Wow, you know what? I thought he was going to pull that off then. He could have quite easily done it there.
If he just kept shooting, he might have had it.
Yeah, but Facento is going to get that defuse, which means Epsilon now 5-3, the better of Strictly Business. Strictly Business starting to struggle. They did have control of this game, but it's just slipped away from them.
Yeah, there was, what, 3-2? I don't think they led by more than one, did they?
It was 3-2 at one point to Strictly Business, yeah.
Yeah. Never able to get more than 1 point in separation, but now, yeah, it's ripped off 3 straight here. Is Epsilon. Let's see if they can close it out and take a 2-0 lead in the series. If you miss game number 1, pretty dominating win for Epsilon there in the hard point.
Okay, well, for Senso here, we said we were going to watch him for the remainder of this round. 11 kills. It's quite funny when you put it into perspective. He has 11 times the kills of Swanee, one of his teammates there.
So he's just sorry, Swanee.
Yeah, I know. He's having a great search destroy game. Swanee not so much. Swanee 1-9. Really not the Swanee that certainly I'm familiar with.
We can leave him now. He missed the shot. I'm disappointed.
Mad Cat.
And everyone else is just falling. Well, actually, okay. You know, we knew he was going to be last alive, so clearly that's why we stayed with him. He is going to be in 1v3. He's got one to his corner. Can he pick that? Nice shot. There's one. Second, never mind. I thought that player, it's hard to tell sometimes. Oh, God, if he hit that.
I thought for a second that was going to connect. Still,
he knows people are watching right now. He's trying to put on a show.
Well, it is a 1 versus 2.
Ooh, he got the one. Not able to get the second, though. Good job there by SB, sticking close together so they make sure they get the trade.
Well, that's 1 round of 3 back-to-backs that SB need to win if they want to take this search and destroy. Swanee really needs to step things up if he wants to help his team take this victory. It's quite strange actually seeing, if Epsilon are to win this and Swanee remains on 1-9 or goes 1-10, he's got to count himself lucky, really.
Just destroying your overall KD for this event. You started out great in game number 1, Swanee. Now, it's all for naught.
Well, here we go. A very fast push now towards the A-bomb site. Fizzip, the master tacticians, especially when it comes to search and destroy here, just going for a sweep round the back. Facento is going to pick up that first kill.
They're closing it out here. At least they should be. Never mind. Well, there it was. I say it's traded back and forth 2-2, but now it's going to be last alive is John. Again, just turned 18. Such a talented young player. It's going to be him up against Remy and Swanee. If you look at the scoreboard, Swanee basically a free kill right now. Remy, on the other hand, has been very difficult to deal with.
Well, it is going to get shut down, and that is going to mean Epsilon take it 6 rounds to 4, so much closer than we saw in that hard point, which ended 2-50.
And Swanee closes it out. You know what? It's not the whole game. It's the last kill that matters.
It's the important kill, exactly.
He turns up for number 2.
He's doubled his kill-death ratio in that single round, so good play there from Swanee. And Epsilon are going to take that victory by a fairly narrow margin. I've got to say that was a very close game, as we said, in contrast to the hard point.
Yeah, but look at that. The old TR boys, man, combining for 24 and 14, putting up huge, huge numbers. Incredible stuff. I mean, Remy so far, I know Facento was kind of the highlight man of that one as he had all the snipes, but still 10 and 6 plus the 40 and 21 he had in game number 1.
Yeah,
he's got 50 kills through the first 2 games.
Yeah, he's playing absolutely sensational there, and it's got to be said, when we look at the European side of that Epsilon lineup right now, they are struggling, but it is the Americans.
Game number 1 they played great though, and you see this happen though. I think a lot in S&D. You'll see 2 people just go off, and really carry the load. And S&D's a lot of just about rhythm, what spots you hold, because you typically on maps, you have spots that each player is going to hold. Sometimes you get some free kills, people coming your way more often. So, I don't know, not too much to take from that, but I'm sure Swanee is thrilled to be out of game number 2.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's quite interesting because the Strictly Business team have actually got a very balanced kind of end result there. All the players roughly around the neutral mark.
I just saw the entire Epsilon team sprint away. So, I got a feeling we're going to be chatting for a little bit, as I believe there's a bathroom break and or some sort of inter-studio marathon. But I'll tell you what, actually, since I think we are going to a bathroom break for both teams, really, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. We will be back with game number 3 in just a matter of a few minutes.
And I know now we're getting older. The world we built is slipping through our fingers. We're running out of time. But you are the one I've chosen, and I won't lay still, living left behind, imprisoned by this love. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you're looking down. I could feel your heartbeat. I could feel somewhere you're looking down. 'Cause it's you I'm loving.
Hello and welcome back to the Gfinity Call of Duty Masters. Thumbs up all around here. Good game
Yes.
going on so far. Hypergames walking away with the first 2 maps, looking pretty comfortable, but Fused answering back at the uplink in their hands.
Honestly, once they had the 3-0 lead in the game 3, I thought it was going to be over. But nice comeback. They stay alive. We've seen some frustrations out of Infused. You saw a player quit out of game number 1. You've seen them lose, I think 2 different 2v1s in the S&D. So they've been struggling a bit. But Ascend, CTF, Biolab uplink, known to be kind of a chaotic uplink at times. Ascend CTF certainly known to be chaotic and a bit 50-50 depending on the spawn. So this is one that I think they could take. We may be going to a game 5, but I'm going to pick Hypergames to close it out here.
Yeah, I was saying 3-1 to Infused at the beginning of the game, so potentially I was just wrong. It could just be 3-1.
It's all right to be wrong sometimes.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay. But here we go. Into the game. We go on board with Riskin. Just trying to get some control around this area. It's a little bit strange to see. You'd expect him to just push through the middle and just try
Yeah,
and
I
get
thought
some
he was going to be trying to maybe just sneak through for a pull, but he's basically going to drop immediately, trying to switch. You see a couple players playing defense right now as the flag pull might come in from Tej. JT, if he can take this gunfight. They've got 3 players really in the base right now of Hypergames. Can they get it out, though? Not able to win that. That's going to be 3 down immediately. Lewis, the only one alive. And who do we have wrapping down here for a pull? That is going to be Veziak.
You know, he's not in a bad position if he can get away, and his team can really push him, get the cut. But
this,
you know,
this is gonna be a cap. This is a
that's
cap.
wrong from Infuse because they drop back when the flag's already been pulled. They need to go forward, straight forward. If the flag hasn't been pulled, you don't know somebody's there. Yes, drop back round. But the flag's going to go in there. If they'd went forward, they may have had a potential to go off if Hypergames hadn't made those cuts. But
yeah, and you saw they were all pretty much
mistakes.
stacked on that,
Yeah.
that left side. I mean, the right was completely open. He got out so quickly, and like you said, I mean, you got to react immediately and move towards mid-map. They rotated back and got completely caught off guard here. Veziak trying to play patiently. Knows a nice gunfight there, but is going to drop. Then immediately you see a couple players leading the way right now. I'm going to go over to Briskin, who's 5-2. You have Tony as well at 4-2. So some great slaying coming out of Hypergames early.
yeah, a few kills going to come in there at the back as well. They seem to be defending very, very well. Flag is momentarily dropped, but Riskin happy to allow it to stay there. But Quicker tried to pick up, does go down. A few kills coming in from Infused. If they can get this one away, they're not in a bad position to do something about it. But Hypergames are stacked around the outside, and they should be able to stop this one very quickly. But Tony should be able to pick up that kill on JT as well. But Melon just trying to get away, and they really are just caught inside the enemy's base at the moment. But they are going to get out.
There's only really kind of one player to beat if they pick up that kill from behind, but he is going to get it. Can they get the return? No, this should end up being a cap. Going to switch over to JT as he will fire it through. Going to be a 1-1 game.
3 minutes to go in this first half. Riskin picking up a kill on Quicker. Just trying to get some control once again. I always feel like CTF is about making the pulls when you have control. Hypergames don't need control because they've just pulled that flag straight down the middle of the map. He should be able to get away with this one now, Riskin. There is somebody coming around the back there, though. It's going to be Quicker. Is he going to be able to get there quick enough, though? The answer is
done.
no.
I thought it might be just enough, but Azox will come in with the cover, able to take him out. Put in this second cap right now, halfway through this first side. Great stuff. That flag basically flew across the middle right into Riskin's hands. Made it the easiest run of all time.
And Quicker, ironically, was just a little bit too slow. Almost with Riskin. Just trying to get some picks once again, make the control. And yeah, Hypergames didn't really have any control when they pulled that initial flag there. And they just managed to get away with it. But Quicker is going to come in there with the 2-piece there. Riskin trying to get the kick onto him. But Veziak going to pull that one away. Azox has made a couple of kills. He's just got Quicker to beat, but does go down to JT from the back. But Hypergames in control.
I mean, for the most part, the entire game offensively has been played on the side of Infused. Makes it very difficult. You do see one player lurking up top. That's going to be Melon. He's going to wait for a player or two to die, or really for the side of Hypergames to get pushed up to enable him to get a pull and get to that halfway point. He's going to rotate back over, able to pick up one here on the catwalk. Will drop pretty much immediately. You know, if you have a position like that, I think you got to wait for a pull, in my opinion. But they may have known one was out. We're just playing back.
Yeah, the thing is, when Melon is back there, and he is in a position to maybe potentially make like a hero play when he needs to, yes, that's great.
The rest of the game's a 4v3.
But yeah, the rest of the game is 4v3. You need to drop back. You need to help out. But as saying that, 3 men of Hypergames do actually go down quick. We're going to pull that flag out. He's got some defensive work coming in from Tony, trying to stop him, though. He's just about going to get away. But there is a few members of Hypergames really converging down on that flag. That is going to be pulled away. Both flags away at the moment. Quicker and Tony. As who they're in the hands of. Quicker should be able to make this kill, and does so. Flag in a bit of a precarious situation if you're Tony as well.
No, that's the return. This should be a cap as long as they can clean up this one player here who's on top of him, able to stun him, able to fire it through. I don't think that player died yet. Finally, he is going to get cleaned up. We do have a 2-2 game, 40 seconds left of the first side.
Azox in a good position to keep that pressure on.
And Quicker's going off right now. He's 15-8 with the cap.
Yeah, I know he's doing very, very well, making them pulls when he needs to, making the kills while he has
He had
the flag.
he had a big game 3 as well. Really stepping up in these games that matter. I mean, again, these are elimination games right now for the side of Infused. So these are absolutely huge games. 20 seconds left. No one really in a position to get a pull right now. So everyone is going to be padding the stats.
Ball with Riskin now. He's just trying to get some control, but as I said, 11 seconds to go now. No more caps going to come in. 2-2 going in the second half. And who, in your opinion, would you say is on top here? I mean, Hypergames have always looked the more likely, but Infused just seem to be making they're very clinical in the CTF. So once they get a hold of the flag, they seem to do well with it. But it's a case of getting a hold of it.
I'm just going to go with the scoreboard. I mean, it's tied up. I mean, I was pretty back and forth. And for me, the big thing has just been the fact that Quicker's been stepping up over these past couple games. I felt like Melon was kind of trying to slay by himself through the first couple. But here, the rest of the squad starting to step it up a bit. As far as how this one's going to finish, I picked the 3-1. Well, actually, no, I didn't. I picked Hypergames. So I'm going to say I picked the 3-1. It makes me sound much more wise.
You picked Hypergames. I picked the 3-1 to Infuse. So if anything, we're both right.
Yeah. Combine our knowledge, and we're good to go. But here we have, we'll kick things off with Risk, and he went to a similar spot on the other side. Last time, the same thing he did. He pushed towards middle. Can he get the first kill? He saw a player on the steps there. Player's going to come and challenge. He's going to get the headshot pretty much immediately. 2 down, 4 Infused right now, as mid-map control going to be completely to Hypergames.
Bob with Risk in. One of their flags really came from absolutely no control, so if they can get some, then definitely going to put themselves in a position to do something about it, but on board with the Risk in now. And it looks as if the flagpole is actually going to come in from Tony.
Well, let's switch things over to Tony
big move
here.
by Hypergames, yeah.
And he is behind the base. They had 2 kind of back there. He's going to lose his gunfight. Veziok, though, will win his. He should know there's a second player in and around the base right now. But the flag is out right now for Melon. He's across the halfway point. He has 1 player trailing him. And this is a cap. No, that was a big kill at home. And they are going to fire another one through. So still alive is Infused, trying to push a game 5. They've got a 1-cap lead right now.
Well, Infused on the comeback here. It was a pretty convincing 2-0 first maps from Hypergames, but since then, Infused have looked on the game. JT hitting 14, he made a couple of important kills there, but once again, Hypergames seem to be making the kills on the board there. Risking going to pick up one as well. JT has some cleanup work to do here, though. Has the help of his teammates, going to come in there with a headshot onto Risking as well. Really going to slow things down. Hypergames all the way back in mid-map. They're not going to be able to do anything about that for a few more seconds, but well defended by Infused.
You see Melon here got kind of the mid-map spawn, and he's going to catch Tony completely unawares. I think he saw a player to his right, getting pushed from low as well. He wins that one. He's been winning them all series long, and he continues rolling. Just over 3 to play. We'll see if Hypergames can get one more on the board here, tie this up. Again, this is an elimination game right now for Infused, and we've really seen them bring it over the last couple games. Melon gets yet another. He's on a 3-kill streak, will eventually fall. 2 to down for either side there as Riskin gets picked off the Heglage.
Board with Veziok as they are pushed in that little bit. Infused stepping up their game in this map and the previous, and really putting the game 2 Hypergames. Veziok all the way around though. His team have no control. It's a risky move, but it may just mean that Infused actually have to do something, but they are going to get the kill. Zox answering back with the grenade. But on board with Tony, just trying to slow things down here.
And Tony able to get one. Rotating back. I guess they think there's a player missing right now, but look how defensive. They have that 1-point lead, and Infused is playing so slow now. In my opinion, you got to keep flying out. You got to keep playing aggressive. That's how Advanced Warfare plays. Yeah, 1 definitely not enough. 1 player might have snuck through to a degree. If Riskin gets this kill, he may rotate back for the cap. He gets 1. There's going to be a player there in the corridor here, and let's see if he goes for the flagpole and just going to try and get out. Though the stuns are coming in, and he's going to get caught.
Let's go down, and really good defense by Infused, but is this something they need to be doing right now? They need to push out and get some more flags on the board, but Quicker is going to do that actually. Pushing out, his teammate Melon was trying to cover. He needs to stop thinking about pulling that flag. Stun's going to come in. Riskin doing work though as well in mid-map, so he's going to allow Hypergames to push out. As soon as they can clean this one up, he does go down, and Hypergames pushing down the left.
And we'll see a flagpole should be coming in here shortly. That's going to be Tony, but he's going to get cleaned up. Nice rotation back there by the members of Infuse, as Lewis is going to get one. He's going to drop as well. We haven't had effective pull in quite some time. This second side has been so much slower. Only 1 cap to show for it. 80 seconds left on the clock. Can Hypergames tie this up?
On board with Melon, just trying to make some kills in the mid-map. Does actually stay alive, but the flag has been pulled by Riskin. Is he going to manage to get away with it? A few kills do go down. Last man alive momentarily is going to be Lewis. Does make 1 kill, but it is actually going to be 3-3 now.
There's the tying cap. Yeah, that one you saw. I was just staring at the desk screen really, or sorry, at the top right. I was looking through everyone. Just a 1, 2, 3, 4, all dropped just in a matter of seconds there, and that made an easy cap. We'll see if they can keep the aggression going. Veziok still playing a bit of defense here.
Yeah,
he's got players pushing him from everywhere. He is going to fall. Aggression coming in from Infuse, but this one looking like overtime right now.
3-3, 40 seconds to go, but this is good shots there by Tony if he can stay alive as well. And try and push out, get some control mid-map. I think maybe do something, maybe go for a final pull. Veziok's going for it though.
He is trying to fly right up the middle. He got caught from both sides there.
I think he was rushing that just a little bit. He could have helped his team get some control, but it seems as if both teams are quite happy to go into overtime.
All right, yeah, I don't think anyone really in a position here. Not enough time to even get the wall. We'll see. Beziak, he's going to try and snap on his Pumas here and see if he can get across the map, but not nearly enough time to work with. 5 seconds are going to tick away, and we are going to have overtime.
Well, there you go. Both these teams locked together. Hypergames, are the one in the lead, but Fuse trying to get this one back, trying to force a game 5. The Hypergames at the moment, I said, in the lead on maps. They just need to walk away with this overtime to take the game.
All right, let's see. I'm going to kick things off here again. The team at risk of being eliminated right now is Infuse. I'm going to start off with them, see what they can get done here. It is going to be quicker that we will kick it off with, as they're going to push aggressively, right? Well, he's going to push aggressively right down mid-map, really. Gets tagged up a bit, rotates out, finds one. His teammate Melon gets one as well. Can he make it 2? He does. That was 3 down in a matter of seconds. They got to push forward, and they are going to be spawning behind. So there's one player at home to deal with, and this should be a flag pull. He has no help, though. He's all by himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, he needs to make a couple more kills before he even thinks about pulling, but he's done so well. He should be able to pick up this 3rd as well. Does so.
That's 5 in a row already here in OT.
Very, very well played. He's going to make another one as well. Wow, Quicker really going off here. Flag is now going to be pulled. Not going to happen for him, though. He is eventually shut down by Azox. Now they have some defensive work to do because that's allowed time for the rest of Infuse to push up. But a big game, gunfight going on in the middle there. Riskin is the one that's going to come off better at that one. Quicker has some defensive work to do. He's not going to get the turn. Riskin does go down. Flag has been pulled by Lewis.
That's unbelievable. I mean, I think 4 of his 6 kills in that streak were all really right in and around the base, and they weren't able to turn it into anything, and that's a return and 4 down. Flag going to be out now for Riskin. Can they fire this one through? Just over a minute in. He's going to drop pretty much immediately. A couple flag pulls here for either side, but no one really to even get it close to the halfway point.
Ball with Azox. They do have some control here, so maybe they can do something with this. Fuse are just going to turtle up just that little bit and let the Hypergames push through. A couple of kills going to go down, and it is actually going to be Hypergames getting the most of them. They can make this one and another one around the flag. And look pretty good for it, but very, very well defended by Infuse at the moment. Just sitting back, picking up the kills when they need to. JT does pick up 2. That's going to allow 2 members of Hypergames to be absolutely cut down in the middle of the map, and it is actually going to be pulled by Lewis, who goes down once again to Azox. It's a good defense by Azox. Very important kill there. Quicker, can he try to get this flag away? Just about. He's not going to make the kill, and Azox is going to kill him as well. So both teams really not able to do anything with the flag once they get a hold of it.
Nah, Lewis has got a couple pulls, but he's only made it about 10 feet before he drops. This one, I think, is going to be the cap. Tony here, he's got this right side. Everyone's spawning on the left. They only have one person really to stop. That is going to be Quicker. That's going to try and get it. He drops, so Tony should fire it through, and that should be, what, around 2? Yeah, so 2:18 is going to be the time to beat, as they will put it in. So Tony gets it in. Again, they have the 2-1 lead in this series. If the side of Infuse cannot beat that 2:18 mark, they are going to be eliminated from the tournament this weekend.
Yeah, and it's not going to be an easy one, because I would very much imagine Hypergames may just turtle up just that little bit, just camp in little corners.
Yeah, I mean,
make things hard.
Yeah, don't get too crazy. You don't want to be turtling in near your base, but they can play a little bit slower at mid-map. Maybe have one player just trying to lurk, be annoying, maybe get a flag pull or 2. But we'll see how they decide to play this out. You saw Melon already really in behind the base. They're going to get a flag pull very, very quickly here. But you do see at the top of the map, Beziak is going to get one as well. We'll see who can come up with the clutch plays. Azox gets a huge 2-piece, and this might be over. This is the cap. This is the game. If they get this 1 kill, that's it. That'll be all she wrote. It is going to go to Hypergames in a 3-1. They made that side look very, very easy. But that all came down to that Azox 2-piece, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was about to be a stalemate, and he just absolutely crushed it.
It seems as if the flag runner really just turned things around, and he couldn't. He tried to help out his teammate cover himself, but then they both got wiped out by a really good 2-piece by Azox, which wins them the game. So there you go. It is going to be Hypergames taking that one. I said our combined knowledge, we were right. There was a 3-1 in Hypergames. If anything, we were very, very right. So there you go. Hypergames take away that one. I mean,
unfortunately for the fans of Infused out there, your team is going home. And by home, I mean they're probably going to sit here in the stands and watch the rest of the action for the weekend, possibly enjoy some Nando's. Fantastic Call of Duty to go on the rest of the time here. Hypergames, yesterday, they could not hang. They got 3-0'd with the quickness. I believe it was Denial that they played. I think think I casted that match. You think I would know this one. But they struggled yesterday. They looked a lot better in this. Could have been a 3-0. Able to take it 3-1. Incredible play from Azox was the one that stood out for me. I thought he had big play after big play. You saw the 1v2 in the S&D. You saw him in that hard play and having the most captures. And then you saw him here coming up with a big game as well. The 6 defends, the 1.28 ratio. Really had a good all-around series.
Yeah, very, very well played. And, you know, in that first initial hard point as well, fantastically well played, making all those kills when it needs to. But yeah, this map, very, very well played as well. Hypergames are going to walk away with that one. We'll be having another game on the Challenger stage
I
very,
believe
very
I saw the Strictly Business guys getting ready to warm up, so it should be their next game in the pool. We are going to go to a quick commercial break. Shouldn't be too long. We'll get you more action coming up.